Hello, world. This is Monday for me, and yeah, I'm chiming in from Douala, Cameroon. I am therapist mag, motivational speaker, lawyer, so many things in one. And I would normally have done this on a Tuesday, right? But I'm not so sure how my Tuesday is going to go, and I have this time and I have something on my heart, and I just felt like why not do it today, right? It mustn't always be on Tuesdays or all of that. So this is the 38th segment of Therapist Mark, musings on anything. I'm specialized in mental health and relational wellness, and I myself live with post-traumatic stress disorder. So I'm a person with a lived experience, and I'm a mental health advocate, and so many things. So putting such things out there is just another way for me to raise awareness, to advocate, to encourage people and stuff like that. And I keep it real. My purpose in life is actually to inspire and motivate people from all walks of life with my personal experiences. So there's always going to be that interspearing of stuff like that. And I know that I am from a community or from of people who don't really talk about themselves and put out their business there and stuff like that. But I don't believe in that. It doesn't help me. It hasn't helped me. I actually connect more when I read real stories. I love nonfiction more than fiction or, self-help stuff and all of that. And so this weekend I was really doing a lot of introspection. I was watching a lot of stuff. I was listening to a lot of stuff, and one particular stuff I was listening to was watching and stuff was Will Smith's journey with writing his book, with losing weight, his memoir and stuff like that. And yeah, those are people who have millions of followers, and a lot of the comments were thank you for being so vulnerable, thank you for sharing your journey and all of that. And I also watched some other person's journey talking about his divorce and how he has journeyed through it all and where he is today. And I thought about my own journey, and I remember when I did therapist mark segment 37 segment last week Tuesday. I was talking about my partner, and today I'm doing a segment. There's no partner anymore, and the fallout was on Thursday, something like that. So Friday I talked about it, or was that same Friday? I cannot remember, Thursday or Friday. And so Saturday I really had the opportunity to just stay in my room, which is my very sacred space. This is where I am. It's like if I didn't have to go out to work, I'll just be staying here, but whatever. So I stayed there and I was really focusing, and I was like, no, you are focusing on the journey, Mark. You are not focusing on the hurt. You are not focusing on the embarrassment. You are not focusing on all of that. You are focusing on the journey, on your journey. What's your journey about? My journey is about spreading love and healing. My journey is about making the best. My journey is about taking very good care of myself, watching my space, be it mental, physical, emotional space. That means that even if something comes at it, I don't let it dwell in there for too long. I don't, because it's just going to take my focus off my journey, and I will not remember that I am just on a journey and I'm just a mere mortal. And if I start spending my energy trying to hate on somebody, trying to be angry, trying to blame, and trying to all of those things, then I will miss it. I watched a show on Park this morning, and she hosted two people who live with type 1 diabetes. One of them was diagnosed when she was 16. Another one was diagnosed when he was 21. And I watched and I was like, my father lives with diabetes and I see the challenges. But to talk of young people, when I talk to my kids in this, I'll be careful with what you eat, the sugar intake and all of that. I hadn't watched. I know that even small children are diagnosed with diabetes out there and stuff. I have just read about it, but I haven't watched anybody share their experience with diabetes and be that young. My goodness. And I was like, oh, God, help me. So my journey is one of focusing on the health more than any other thing. All the health, mental health, physical health, spiritual health, all of that. So anything that doesn't contribute to that, that doesn't add value to that, that doesn't make it much more achievable and stuff like that, I put it aside very fast. And I put it aside in my head, emotionally, mentally, everything first. The physical aside might not happen immediately, or it might happen, but first of all, it has to be there. And as a psychotherapist, I encourage my clients, because I know how it can be difficult to kind of like detach mentally and separate things and sieve things and categorize things and all of that, and not make a big issue out of something and not get pissed off with someone or stuff like that and think that, oh, they're affecting my journey, they are to be blamed. Oh my goodness, what an evil person. No, 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 no. I really look at like, what did I get from that experience? Everything for me is about the experience. Because I've come to a place where I've just realized, hey, look, it's fleeting. It's like I'm on a train. And so those scenarios come and pass, those interactions come and pass, those relationships come and pass. It is not linear. I just finished my book, and I remember there's one chapter. It is not linear for Mark. It is not. I hope that you're going to get that book. It's like I just poured my heart into the book. It's not a very big book. It's just like 7 chapters, but it's really like from a place of soul. And then that's what I wanted to share. Please focus on your journey, and whatever is happening in that journey, try to really pay attention to it and see if it is worth it, like when you are packing up things to go on a journey or a trip. Are you carrying the whole house? Do you really need all of that? And at what point should you drop something? And sometimes when you're traveling, you get to the airport, and then, well, you had more kilos than you were allowed, and you have to start taking out some things, or they help you take out some things and dump them, or you are traveling with things you are not supposed to travel with. You are carrying liquid in your hand luggage, and it's above the required, and all of those. So you can look at it from all angles, and it is something worth doing. Will Smith in his book talks about how he had created this persona and he had made this up and all of that, but he had just realized at 51 or 52 and stuff like that, it's not worth it. So he's dumping it all out, and there are some things that he shared in his book that some people had never heard about, including his children. And I watched how he was reading out excerpts to all of them, and they cried together and all of that. Jada talked at 50 how now she's at that level where she's really like peace with everything, and she just wants to learn how to love more, love herself more, and all of those kind of things. And I am here sitting at 42, having had so much enlightenment and awareness and acceptance and all of those things. Yesterday I shared about the 7 stages of spiritual development. I'm just so blessed to be where I am in my life. So I'm really, really intentional about focusing on my journey. So as much as things can get to me, as much as I quickly detach. And that's another grace that came upon me, like solid, when I did a 21 days spiritual journey. Sometimes I think in May or March or something, like maybe I've forgotten, but probably May, I don't know. And I did that with 2 other people. One person who came with their spouse. And that's the first and like the only time I have done a journey like that with somebody or some people. And I know that it wasn't for nothing. And I hope that they will be able to continue focusing on their journey, and then remembering the things that we experienced, like really throughout that journey on attachment and detachment or whatsoever. It was just so awesome, to the point where after the journey, I had to issue them certificates. So if you really think that you're at a crossroad in your life and to kind of like focus on your journey and all of that, and you need professional help, maybe you want to book a session or 2 with me, but whatever be the case, you can do this on your own. You can grab my transformation journal, you can read my books, you can watch some of my tubes, you can like, share, subscribe, whatever be the case. Well, I wish us all the best. Thank you.